Hello, everyone. This is Brianna Wilkerson here from Made Well, coaching and just wellness practice designed to empower others to be healthy and thrive in all areas of their life. I am also a wellness advocate for doTERRA essential oils, which is what I'm here to talk about today. And FYI, if you've ever done Be Live, it just feels like so much more intimidating than going live from your phone. I don't know what it is because it looks epic. All right, hubby just got home. I'm doing a live, but that's okay. He knows all this anyways. And so I just finished up being a part of an awesome Cooking with Essential Oils class held and led by Vickie Clarke. She's on my oils team, and she's a past pastry chef and just loves cooking. So she's super passionate about cooking in general. So when I started to think about who could I have to help really teach this class, immediately thought of Vickie. And so what I'm going to do is just share this in my group really quick. Just wipe my thing a little bit. Okay, so what I wanted to do was just recap some of the main things she talked about, because I think it's very helpful, because I get questions all the time. You're live on there. I'll cover the screen. Tomi doesn't want to be seen. You're fine. You're fine. The screen has way broader range. And then, anyways, he's fine. I won't be long. Okay, so we just finished the class, and I just wanted to recap because I think a lot of people do have questions around the different uses of oils internally, and can I cook with them? Can I use them on my children, and so forth. So that's why I really like having classes that address a wide variety of things, because I really want to answer those questions for you all specifically. And so I'm just kind of going to go over the basic things Vickie hit on, and we did make 3 to 4 different dishes, simple, and then I'll just kind of talk to you a little bit about those and address the main questions. So there's about 5 different questions that Vickie helped us go through, and some of them, I'll list the 5, and then we'll just break down a little bit about each one. Are essential oils safe for cooking? How do I add essential oils to my food? When should I add essential oils? Do essential oils remain in food after cooking? And then we broke down essential oils into different categories or groups. Backtrack that. If you are newer to the oils and want to learn about it, I just kind of did a webinar on Tuesday, Essential Oils 101. That's a basic introduction. I've recorded it, and what I've done is created a replay, so you could always sign up for that and learn the basics and learn the basic oils that I think everyone should have. So I'll put the link to that to the replay and to sign up for that in this live comment link after I'm done. And then you guys can just sign up for that. You'll immediately get access to the class, and then what's going to happen is then it's more of a series as well. So then throughout 3 days or so in between, I think I'll be sending you emails saying, okay, this is what we covered in this. This is what essential oils are broken down. So it's kind of like a webinar plus series at the same time. Okay, so the basics of the oils, what are they? Why I chose doTERRA, why oils are effective, all those different questions, how do I use them, so forth. You could really learn in that webinar. But we're going to just go into talking about how with cooking. So essential oils, are they safe for cooking? Now, essential oils are very safe and simple to use when cooking. Excuse me. You can dry, procure, chop, and store a lot of safe herbs. Okay, what's that? What did I mean to say? This is what I meant to say. So a lot of people actually do ask this question around cooking. Are they safe for cooking? Oh, we have the herbs. So what about the oils? Like, what are the differences? Now, oils are actually 50 to 70 times more potent than the herb, because what happens is, say if you have a basil leaf or peppermint, you crush it, the scent comes out more, right? It's because there's little oil sacs on each of those leaves that when you're chopping it up, it releases it. So what many essential oil companies have done is extract just that oil. And so they're way more potent, and they don't really expire. Like oregano here has an expiry date of 2019. But it's not like they are going to go rancid. It's just best used by then. But trust me, that's 2 years from now. My oregano, that's going to be done in a month because I use it daily. And so Are they safe for cooking? They're actually really safe. Now, the key is knowing what oils to cook with. Now, so with doTERRA, I'm not quite sure about many other companies, and this is not about what company is better. That's not what I try to talk about. So if you look at the bottle and you see, this is peppermint, the words essential oil supplement, and you start to see the nutrition fact, that's how you know it's okay to do internally, right? So looking at those two things, nutrition facts and the word supplement, helps you say, okay, this can be taken internally. All the other ones, such as like some blends that doTERRA has, there's not recommended you take internally. Wintergreen, not recommended you take internally for a variety of reasons. But so that's just one way, two ways to know nutrition facts and supplement if you can cook with them or take them internally. And I love that Vickie said that. She said the goal of any great cook is to bring out natural flavors found in the ingredients you're cooking. So by using essential oils as a carrier oil, maybe like olive oil in a carrier oil, you allow for distribution of the oils in your recipe to really enhance the flavor of natural foods, right? So that's one way you can know it's safe, by looking at nutrition facts and supplement and just knowing that it's going to make your dish so much better. Now, how do I add it to my food? Do I do it before it cooks or after, in between? Now, it is best to wait to the end to add it to your food. The reason why is that when it's heating up, it can easily kind of cook away the oil, as you notice when you cook, like fry eggs or something. Yeah, the oil is in the eggs, but it cooks away some of the oil as well, right? And just from the point of view, like say if you're baking something or even mixing something, if you're not doing it evenly throughout in the beginning, it could be like a patch of peppermint in your bread or a patch of, right? So you want to try to add it at the end. And there's different ways to do that. Vickie kind of mentioned getting like that brush, like you brushing it with the oil, getting a spritz bottle with water in the oil and spraying it on. So it's just better to do at the end. And so, a couple of the things she did talk about are some common carriers, what we would call carrier oils, to kind of dilute the oil a little bit so it's not overpowering, because there are some oils that are very overpowering, which we'll talk about, like basil. I put that on like a little Capri salad we made, and I'm like, woof, one drop. That basil we'll probably did a salad for like 5 or 6 people, right? Because it's so potent and strong. And so the liquid carriers would be nut oils, vinegar, you say coconut oil, that sort of stuff, cooking wine, olive oil, coconut aminos. Now, balsamic vinegar, you do want to add a little more oil in general, because balsamic vinegar is actually very powerful and very potent, right? And then some solid carriers. This was what was new to me. Say if you want to make, like some people make vanilla sugar, right? They make something like, I don't know, some vanilla sugar of some sort. Now, what happens with that vanilla sugar is that they've taken vanilla and they allowed it to sit with sugar to taste like vanilla sugar. Now, you can do that with oils. I didn't know that. You can do that with like peppermint. You can do that with lavender. And so really flavor your sugar in some way. So when you put it in your coffee, hey, it could taste like whatever you want. So that's awesome. Another good carrier when you're looking for solid carriers to kind of dilute is maple syrup, salts, and raw honey. You ever had bath salts? Y'all have had bath salts before. Guess what? They've done the same thing. They soaked these oils, right? All right, so when should you add your oils to the food? Again, we kind of covered that at the end of your cooking process. Let's talk a little bit more about that. So you want to use a glass or stainless steel bowl when mixing. So essential oils such as lemon can break down and damage the plastic because it is so powerful. So just be safer than sorry. Use glass and steel bowls. And I have to remind myself of that too, because sometimes I have other ones. I'm like, this one's just easier. A good way to not get too much of an oil, because trust me, I've added 6 drops of oregano at one time and it didn't turn out well. It was too powerful. And it was delicious, but it was. So with stronger oils, what you could do is you could start with a toothpick and just, put it at the drop on the toothpick and, put it all around and see about, and repeat until you get the amount that you want. Or you could pour it out onto a spoon so you know how much drops are going in there rather than like drops sneaking out, because sometimes they sneak out. And so another cool thing, just a tip, is if you are ever using citrus zest for something, you could replace that with a citrus oil. and you actually use less. Now, if you get the citrus juice and stuff though, you can't replace. Like I often make guacamole sometimes with the lime oil, but I still use the lime itself because of the zest, right? But I use less because I don't want it to be overpowering with lime. And this is another tip. To give a subtle hint of flavor to baked goods, add 1/8 cup of olive oil to a 4-ounce spray bottle. Add a few drops of whatever oil you want it to be flavored as. Fill the remainder with distilled water, and like you could spray it. So like bake sweet potato fries. Is it rosemary? I love rosemary on sweet potato fries. So that's a great idea for me, just spraying it, right? And then the last question. So far we've looked at, are they safe? Looking at the nutrition factor supplement. How do I add it? Well, you can add it through a carrier oil, just doing a couple drops at a time, or a solid carrier. When should you add it? At the end. The fourth main question after then what oils should I use is, do the oils remain in the food after cooking? Generally, yes. However, if you are adding essential oils to baked goods, it's often better to add them once your dessert or bread has finished baking, because of the flavor of the presence of the oil may dissipate once heated, kind of what we were talking about before. There may still be some flavor there, but it may be more subtle. Okay, and then what category of oils can you start to use? Now, I've taken out the ones that I have here, and then we can just kind of break them down. So the first category would be citrus oils, and I have 3 of mine here, such as lemon, grapefruit. Just got grapefruit 2 weeks ago, and it's been in everything. Diffusing, water, everything. Wild orange, right? I'm going to mention one thing internally before I finish. Remind me. Well, you can't remind me about that. And if anyone's commenting, sorry, I'm trying out Be Live, but I can't really see if you're commenting. I will respond after though. Mint oil, spearmint, peppermint. Spearmint's a little sweeter than peppermint, I feel, but I love both. I'm actually more of a peppermint. So you can cook all kind of stuff. Chocolate and peppermint. Hello. I had a friend make me paleo ice cream with peppermint. Yeah, that's awesome. And then we have some herbaceous oils, or herbs that you could replace, or use in conjunction with. Now, I remind you, these oils are good for more than just cooking. That's what I think is so cool about these. But we're saying specifically if you want to cook with some oils, these are the ones to use. Lemongrass, yes. Fennel, everyone knows fennel. Basil, just did a post on this about basil actually. Rosemary, again, I do fried chicken with this. Put that in that batter, so good. Marjoram. Now there's cilantro and thyme, I don't have those yet. And dill, like we were just saying, I really love dill. Oh my gosh, can you just smell it for a second? I'm gonna have to lead like a meditation or something or prayer time with these oils. They're awesome. And then oregano, right? Very powerful though. And then spicy oils. So the spices, we got cassia, we have cinnamon here. This one like smells like Big Red, are those cinnamon balls you used to chew as a kid. Clove, black pepper, and cardamom. And a little tip or a little fact, cassia and cinnamon are of the same spice family, right? But do you know cassia is actually what you get in your ground cinnamon, not cinnamon? Cinnamon's just, I think, harder to find. And then lavender is also really great. They doesn't necessarily fall into any of those 4 categories, but we just actually put some lavender in honey with ginger over our fruit salad, right? So the 4 main categories we talked about are citrus oils, herbaceous oils, mint oils, and spicy oils. Those are the ones usually that are really good for cooking, and then lavender. And what we made, there's tons of recipes Vickie left us with, like tons. And I could always share some recipes with you, but the 3 that we made, or 4 we made, caprese salad with tomato, basil oil. We got to pick which oils. We used basil and black pepper, and then the cheese if you do cheese, and that was good. Some spinach, and then a balsamic vinaigrette with honey, some oils that Vickie put in, and balsamic vinegar. Then we did a strawberry balsamic bruschetta. Did you know that? Right? I didn't know you could put strawberries on bruschetta. So it was tomatoes, strawberries, with some of rosemary or lime essential oil, whichever oils that you want to kind of flavor it with on toasted bread. And then the third thing we made, it was like a green Shrek smoothie, which was like, I think it was spinach, pineapple, banana, lemon, peppermint essential oils, and it was really refreshing. So those are the 3 that we made. I have a little video that maybe I'll share later. But that's it. So that's just kind of a recap of cooking with the oils. So you can do that, which is just exciting to know there's so many ways you can use some of these oils. So yeah, if you're interested in learning more, or what I was talking about around cooking with oils, just let me know. I'll also post the link to the one-on-one series, just if you want some basics of what the oils are, and then you're like, okay, I got to learn more, which ones I could use, and then maybe cooking. Or if you're like, oh man, I use oils, I want to start cooking with them, let me know. So that was just a recap. I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome weekend. And please let me know if you have any questions. See ya. I was trying B. Oh, you're fine. No, I was trying to, I'm on the free trial for 5 days, and still going in live browser.